Katey Sagal always carried herself like someone who had already survived something. Even during the years when audiences laughed with her every week, there was a certain distance in her eyes, a kind of emotional caution that never fully disappeared. And somehow, that mystery became part of her appeal. Welcome to the channel's Star Spotlight. Long before the headlines and glamorous photo spreads turned her into a symbol of confidence and boldness, Katey Sagal was simply a young woman trying to stay emotionally steady inside one of the most unforgiving industries in America. People often focused on the image first. The striking photographs, the rebellious attitude, the fearless humor, and yes, over the years, certain images of Katey Sagal became part of pop culture conversations because they seemed to reveal a woman completely comfortable in her own skin. But the deeper truth was far more human than that. Confidence is often mistaken for ease. For Katey Sagal, it came from endurance. She grew up surrounded by entertainment, but Hollywood rarely protects the children raised inside it. Loss arrived early in her life, and emotional instability became something she quietly learned to live with. By the time fame finally found her, she already understood how quickly happiness could disappear. That understanding gave her performances unusual depth. Whether audiences knew her from Married with Children or later from Sons of Anarchy, there was always something believable beneath the characters. She never played women as fantasies. She played them as survivors, and viewers connected to that honesty. What makes her story resonate decades later is not simply beauty or fame. It is the strange balance she maintained between toughness and vulnerability. Publicly, she often appeared witty, fearless, even untouchable. Privately, she faced addiction struggles, heartbreak, career uncertainty, and the exhausting pressure of constantly reinventing herself in an industry obsessed with youth. Many stars spend years trying to protect an image. Katey Sagal slowly learned how to outgrow one. That may be why those famous photographs still attract attention today. Not because they were provocative, but because they reflected something deeper about her public identity. She never seemed desperate for approval. She looked like someone reclaiming ownership of herself after years of emotional storms. And audiences noticed that kind of authenticity. As time moved forward, her legacy became larger than any single role or image. She became proof that reinvention is possible even after disappointment, even after grief, even after Hollywood quietly assumes your story is over. There is something quietly inspiring about people who remain emotionally recognizable after decades in public life. Katey Sagal never felt manufactured. She felt human, imperfect, resilient, guarded, warm, funny, wounded, and still standing. And perhaps that is why people continue searching for her photographs, her interviews, and her story all these years later. Not only to remember how she looked, but to understand the woman who endured everything behind the image. If this story meant something to you, share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy thoughtful Hollywood documentaries like this, consider liking the video and subscribing to Star Spotlight for more stories that remember the humanity behind the fame.